We're on season 4 of 911 Lone Star. What can you tease is new with the show with Mateo?
So season four, and I feel like the bar just keeps getting set higher and higher with these rescues, bigger explosions, more intricate rescues. Like I said, the relationships that we each have with each other, and then along with the person that they might be dating on the show gets more, intricate. And yeah, I'm just excited for it all. And then as far as like Mateo individually goes, I feel like you're going to see a lot of growth in regards to his relationship with Nancy. And there's also a big, very special episode that I can't give too much detail about, but it's going to air like in the middle of the season. And you're going to see, something cool, a part of Mateo's, I guess, like personal, but also family side that it's kind of rare to see within the seasons like leading up to it. So I just can't wait for you guys to see it. It's been a very, very fun season for sure.
Yes, I was going to ask where things stood this season with his personal life and if we get to learn more about his family or maybe a little bit more about him and his connection with Nancy. Sounds like we get it all.
Yeah, no, yeah, you really do. And that's, I guess that's like the champagne problems of having like an ensemble all-star cast, is that we each have our episodes to kind of, tell our own story. And the writers do a great job of like, sharing and making sure that the seasons kind of, giving every character their opportunity to give their perspective on their own life and what they're going through. At the same time, we got Rob Lowe and Gina Torres, like, leading the helm, and they're the two stars that are leading the show. So I feel like a combination of all those things is what truly makes, our show and, season this in general, this year very special.
What continues then to challenge you about portraying Mateo outside of obviously the physicality that's involved with this role?
I mean, as far as like the challenges, him being dyslexic and him being an undocumented immigrant, I just feel like I got this responsibility to represent a lot of people that are part of this demographic that watch us, that feel like they don't really have a voice on screen or on TV. And I get so many messages about how I'm portraying someone that's dyslexic and then also like an undocumented immigrant, and a lot of these people are they're as American as apple pie, and it's just like they don't really have that voice to show them because they grew up here their whole life, but yet their I guess their birth certificate says otherwise, and it's they feel like they're looked at differently. So the fact that I get to make someone's day or make feel someone seen and represented on TV, on a show that's being viewed by millions of people per week, it's truly an honor, and I just hope that I could continue to just to be a great example for them for sure.
I'm sure your family must compliment you or at least be pretty damn proud of the role you've been playing on this show.
Yeah, I mean, especially, I mean, my mom, coming in originally was, an immigrant herself, and my grandma, and they're super proud, and having supportive parents is truly an honor, and honestly, like at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I really do it for my family, and to make them proud. And yeah, I feel lucky, and they definitely are proud of me, and I just feel so happy. I got my brother and my mom and my dad. We're a small family, but we're really close, I
Good.
really do feel special. Thank you.
Going into this new season, were you hoping to share more scenes with someone or some ones in particular? Or are you just excited that you guys get to work together as an ensemble? It's another season where you get to work together as an
Yeah, I mean,
ensemble.
yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's a little bit of all that. I mean, for sure. We're all so close knit. So whenever I get to do scenes with everybody as a family, because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I feel like our fans love those scenes most when we're kind of all together as a family, as a unit, because we're kind of showing people on screen like what a family is really about, and I feel like that's where the connection is. But as far as me personally, I love the scenes that I got to dive in with Brianna, with Nancy. That's always fun to do that dynamic, because Team Nancy, we gotta keep the couple going strong. And then also the scenes with Rob, my captain. I live with him, and I feel like whenever we have our scenes, they're always so fun. And I mean, he's the captain of the ship, and it's always truly special when I get to work with someone like him, because there's always little things that I could like learn from or take away from
Sure.
what he does. And at the same time, it elevates my game. So I would say, just, of course, like I said, the whole family, when we do scenes together, and then with Rob, I mean, it's really everyone. I mean, even Gina, like, we're both, Latina. She's Latina. And when we get to like, be on screen together, I just feel like it does so much for our community to see, themselves on screen pretty much, and it's such a cool feeling. And like I said, I feel grateful every day that I'm on set, that I get to pull up to that Fox Live and be at work.
The entire cast does seem to be so close. Is that is it easy with all of that camaraderie then to shake off a long day of being on set? You guys film many hours a day. There's a lot that goes into each episode that I don't know if people recognize.
Yeah, no, we're putting in like, 12 hours, sometimes 14-hour days. And it really is like, I feel like I'm spoiled, because this was like the first show where I was like a series regular on. And so I never really experienced being on a show when with people that you don't necessarily like going to work with, because literally every time we're at work, we're always, I don't know. It's just like, you don't feel like you're at work when you're working with people that you're close with. Obviously there's times when people got to get in their mode when they have like a big emotional scene and they need their space, and we could read the room, and we know when everyone needs kind of like their time to like focus in on what they need to do. But for the most part, like, we are so supportive of each other, and it does feel like a family. We at work and even outside of work. I mean, Tosh, she's a big birthday girl. Like, she loves keeping track of everyone's birthdays, so she's we're always like making sure, like, just kind of like a family would. It's funny, I mean, actually, this weekend we got Brian's birthday coming up, so we're all gonna like get together tomorrow and have have dinner for him. So we just love celebrating each other with each other. And another year doing a great show. It's like, but you're never really working when you love what you do and who you with.
Absolutely. I mean, but it is such an adrenaline rush for all of you guys because the show stays at a 10 from start to finish each episode. Of course, there's a little bit of levity in it though as well.
Yeah.
How do you wind down after busy day?
At least like for me, my thing is I love the gym, and I love my rest. So everyone has their own way of coming home and winding down. You know, but I can only speak for myself, and at least for me, when I'm done with work, it's so much in mental that you're going through in your head, and you need to go to certain places to deliver certain scenes. So for me, like, I need a break of sweat. I love when I'm in my physical activity. So I would say like the gym and just rest at the end of the day is what works with me.
You touched on it a bit that there are some special episodes coming up this season. I'm not sure if you can tease what episodes they are. I know you said that they're kind of like mid-season, maybe, is where we're going to be seeing more of Mateo shine.
Yeah, I think I mean, we, like I said, it's a big ensemble, so like we all have our time to shine within the full season. But episode 11, I feel like you guys should stay tuned for sure.
I think you touched on it a bit before too, and we've kind of touched on it throughout the chat we've been having about what you think it is about 911 Lone Star that just continues to make it such a special series.
I think the writers done a great job, and the creators of the show, Tim and Ryan Murphy, Brett Falchuk, they created a cast that I feel represents a lot of different people within this world, so inclusive. And I feel like the writing. I mean, we're just actors. We say what's on paper. It's like the creators, the people behind the show, what makes the show. And I feel like that's what it is. I feel like there's so many people that they see on screen that is relatable to someone different, and we humanize these people. And I feel like that connection, to, I guess, and what we do is what makes our show, kind of stand out, and feels like you're not really watching something that's, going to make you feel like, oh, it's unbelievable, or I could never be like them. Like, they're seeing people on screen that they're like, wait a minute, there's parts of him, parts of her, parts of what they do, parts of their life that I kind of do in my life, that I'm facing in my life. And I feel like that's, at the end of the day, what brings the people connected to our show.
I know this is a very busy series for you, but have you been busy working at all? Have you been let's start again.
Yeah.
I know this show keeps you very busy.
Yeah.
Have you had any time to work on any other projects, or is this your main focus these days?
Yeah. So, I've been very fortunate. I mean, this show, we're probably working the show like, 6, 7 months. And there is like a 2, 3 month span, little break that I have on my hiatus. And I would, this last summer, I got to do this film. It's my first lead of a film called The Long Game. It stars Dennis Quaid, Jay Hernandez, uh, Jaina from Station 19, and it's a golf movie that's based off a novel in the 1950s about a group of young Latinos that play golf. And it's we just had our first screening premiere yesterday. I couldn't. It was at the PGA conference. But yeah, so there's that film. I'm really looking forward, to its release. Like I said, it's my first lead of a film. I'm really excited because I felt like it's such a great story, and I can't wait, for people to see it. So I finished my hiatus with that film, and then I went right on to Lone Star during the season. And those are all champagne problems because for all those actors that are out there chasing their dreams, staying dedicated. There was years, a few summers where I went without booking anything, and I remember I just felt like all I wanted was a job, and I stayed persistent, I stayed dedicated, and now the fact that I'm pretty busy makes me feel so grateful, and I will never make it feel like I'm too busy for anything. So at the end of the day, I've been very fortunate, and this last summer, like I said, I did that film. I can't wait for people to see. Now we on season 4, 911 Lone Star. We had our first premiere of the episode this past Tuesday, and hopefully, just this thing keeps going strong.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the wonderful work that you do on our screens?
Thank you so much for just being on this journey with us. At the end of the day, it's all about what you guys feel about the show, and hopefully that you guys stay along the ride, and we just continue to put out great content for you guys to see, and thank you so much for the support. At the end of the day, thank you guys so much.